Welcome to Metagame Minute, your once weekly Chaotic Amateurs follow-up podcast, where we talk about what just happened in Chaotic Amateurs, the D&D podcast. Milo, how you feeling about? Thank you. First of all, spaceship. Second of all, giant robot. Third of all, I don't know, whatever else. Take me there.
I got a fucking spaceship, man. I'm glad I fought for that. Like, when it was like, hey, we're moving on. I'm like, no. I definitely wanted to check that out. That was really fun. Like, trying to figure out what it possibly could be. I'm just gonna use that silvery liquid on everything I encounter. From now on. Because it definitely
use it on everything. Am I right?
It definitely plays a role in everything we do.
I think the spaceship could be pretty cool if we find a way to like mount some wands underneath and shoot fireballs and lightning bolts out of it as we're flying around.
I mean, it seems like a fancy like floating disc is what it kind of seems like.
Yeah. But I think it'd be pretty cool to find a way to make it a mounted weapons platform.
I mean, I'm gonna play with it. I've got some new artificer things that I can mount to it. Like, why not? Sure.
Out of the waste, do you think this is stuff from that the mages have been playing around with and like manufacturing?
Dude, I think the waste is just like a crazy hodgepodge of all kinds of different magics that have just kind of landed here. Like, I don't know who might have been trying to use this or what the purpose of it is.
Right.
Just the fact that it's just
maybe the wastes are kind of like a convergence of like, you know, energy, ley line energy, and all this sort of stuff. And so you got like portals and stuff to other planes where other magic can seep through. That'd be neat.
Yeah, it's a super fun location. That's just kind of interesting to explore for sure. One other thing that really happened in this episode that I was excited about was finally remembering to like report back into Stonegrad and and I was like, oh yeah, I really need to do that. I've been meaning to ask them about like what I should do with Aura and stuff. So I'm glad I got some kind of feedback there, and I was able to send a new message back. It was something I was kind of worried about after I like hacked Chain.
Yeah. Cool. That was cool. Caleb. I don't know. What did you do this episode? Turn into an elk, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you want to get picky, I kind of suggested that we bring the liquid and the metal cage together. But, you know, other than that,
I don't want to get picky. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Then really I didn't do anything. I am excited about whatever this camp is that we just stumbled on.
You got to feel vindicated coming back here, and it's actually something really cool.
Yeah, I do. I'm excited about it, but at the same time, the mystery is now gone. So it's like, okay, I've had the bouncing rock now. What do I want next?
But there's other mysteries.
Yeah,
like can we turn this giant robot on?
Yes.
Can we stop the rock? Can we destroy everybody that lives in these camps? Can we use this as an execution ground for these prisoners?
Or murder from our...
Yeah. Well, I am curious.
The prisoners.
We haven't even discovered who this people group is camped out around the rocks yet. Like, we don't know who they're with, who they are, anything about them. So, good thing I'm an elk.
That's true. Yeah, nobody ever wants to shoot an elk.
No.
In the dark. Okay, Rhett, your turn. Hey, thanks. You took Pact of the Chain, contrary to the advice of the party. I don't know. I just felt like it flowed with Arthur a little bit more. And I'm glad Alex took it the way he did, kind of tying it into Adrian, because I was like,
oh yeah.
In my mind, I was like, oh, this could be an interesting way for maybe Adrian can keep ties on him a little bit more, or like, you know, I don't know, just an interesting way to wrap Adrian in, who's one of the more interesting like NPCs, obviously, that we deal with, and so yeah, I was super excited about that. We'll have to come up with some clever ways to use this little creature.
Right. I have a question for the DM. Metagame Minute style. If we had put something else up onto that platform with that liquid in the cage, would something... Could we have crafted anything besides a spaceship, or was that the primary focus of that space to have a spaceship there?
I mean, it appears that the artifacts you are finding in the wastes are directly tied to this liquid. So it looks like that is some sort of power source for some of these things. So it depends on what you have, if you know.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool new imp. Let's go on to Riff. Riff, going stealthy on us. I was kind of interested in that segment about finding some of the words of your uncle?
Yeah.
Like that in the books.
Yeah.
Like that seemed like a really cool thing that we should explore some more. What do you think about all that?
That's really neat. And maybe it's just because I updated my character sheet and I kind of changed certain things in my backstory part of my character sheet. It used to be that like I was, and I think we heard it on one of the solo adventure episodes or something like that. But I'm after the treasure of Aether, which is something that like kind of like Nick Cage, fucking National Treasure style.
National Treasure.
Yeah, it's like, and my uncle, who was the last shadow monk, but he turned out to be a liar. So I wrote in my character backstory, my uncle is a liar and a hack. Now I'm the only one searching for the treasure of Aether. You know, its legend within my family exists. Many brave halflings before me have sought the treasure. I still want to prove that it exists, but my brain is shifting to other things as I see more of the world. And then I also wrote down, of course, Riff has also coined the terms bookbender and Muppet hands as insults. But yeah, I mean, I have his journal and that sort of stuff. So to find that is very, very interesting because that means that, in Riff's head, like the guy that had the bag before has, probably seen this stuff. And maybe that's another reason that they're out here and that sort of thing. I had 100% completely forgotten that it was out here in the wastes. So I'm glad Alex reminded me of that, and I have it written down now. I really enjoyed the... and sorry, I made this note. Most important of all, a jug of Carlo Rossi is 4 liters. So do with that what you will. And I looked it up.
I only
like
used
a gallon
quarter of it to begin with.
And so
like almost a gallon then. Yeah.
And I also kind of wrote down this Gallendale, my friend, who's like this shadowy tree soul or whatever, and then the Elven city's Galendior, or the Elven Kingdom rather. And I was like, oh, I gotta ask Gallendale about that. In like if he was once Elven or something, because the names are so similar. I'm really enjoying this as like it's kind of Indiana Jones 3 for me. This is my Grail diary. This is like I'm starting to put together my Grail diary and doing all this sort of stuff. And I got to use my new Shadow Step ability, which was fun. I thought that was super rad that we all like where Milo was like, here, do my dirty work for us, and then we all just left Mr. Wolf there. I'm glad he rolled the natural 20 because like I would have felt bad if he had been hurt. But I like how we all just immediately was like, see ya, like to get out of there. I thought that was really cool how we all wanted to also like flip the bag. That was really interesting. And then the UFO obviously is very cool. And yeah, this in Riff's head, when she sees this, like when she peeked over the crest and like saw this just giant thing, to Riff, it seems as though like they're making a big Mr. Ball. Like that's what she's thinking, like, kaiju Mr. Ball, basically, and then, but she also is very excited to like get back to the town and that sort of stuff, because that's why she's hoarding that box and hoarding money and stuff. She's got something fun, that she wants to do with her backpack that Alex and I were talking about. So, yeah, I'm excited that we have this thing, and it probably is going to take us, I don't know, a session or maybe 2 to fucking get back to the city again. But like
next season,
we finally get back to the fucking thing. But yeah, that was really fun. Oh, and I also wrote this note down for this session. I go, this session is Milo plays and we back him up.
Yeah.
We're the hype.
Yeah. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
I'm really curious about why that creepy halfling or whatever is so interested in your uncle's journal. I mean, obviously it's got these landmarks and stuff, but I want to know how that person figured out about the book and, is so infatuated.
It's like
with
a
and how
skeleton
they got
happening,
copies
right?
of the
Like,
pages.
Is it your uncle? Like,
It is actually my
uncle?
uncle. He's just not a Ghostwise halfling. He lied about it.
Well, no, I mean, wait, what?
Like,
I remember at the end of your solo.
Originally what it was is that like I was my uncle, it's supposed to go like a couple of generations in between Ghostwise halflings because we lived for a while obviously. So my uncle was claimed to be the last one, and then he was out and then he ended up being a charlatan, and he's not a Ghostwise halfling at all. And he was just like out there searching for the treasure, which is fine, but he's also kind of just like a wuss. Sorry.
What I was asking is that because the creature that's in the wagon is a halfling, and Alex was calling him like a halfling skeleton, and I was like, "Is that your uncle? Like all necromancied up or something?"
Oh, interesting.
Like,
it possibly could be because I don't think I forget how that solo episode ended, but it wasn't Riff that was talking to, or it was Riff. I forget what it was, but like I don't think he's dead. At least in my head, he's not, but he could be. I mean, he could have died since then. But that is a very interesting point. I'm interested to see obviously like we're gonna have a long debate about like what all of this stuff is, but I think it was very cool that I think it is very cool that this was like a huge hub of something. And I'm glad that we went back to it. I was actually very excited. Like, now that we've accomplished the thing that we were set out to do, and on our way back, we'll take a quick detour. It's all good. We're almost there. And now we've just unlocked another part of the story.
Does before we get to Dash, show of hands, does anybody feel guilty for not going here before now? That it's something cool?
Not at all.
Show of hands
Nope.
if you feel guilty.
No.
Okay, just
me. I feel nothing about it.
I mean, real life.
No.
Not the game.
No.
Yeah, I feel nothing about it.
It was way funner to harass Caleb about it.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
I think it's also, I just view it as like it's a better part of the story, because I think if we had gone there first, who knows? Like, we may have never gotten to the tower and accomplished the thing we were supposed to do. And it's like, I really wanted to, for once, do the thing that we're supposed to do first before we are like, ooh, shiny, what's that over there? Like,
plus I like the idea that, we've waited so long to do it that now it feels like going to the Rock was our idea.
Yeah.
Like now that we all collectively decided, like, okay, now we're ready to go to the Rock because now we want to.
I wanted to go there.
In fact, I don't remember Caleb. I don't remember Scory ever saying it was a good idea.
No. That's not how.
And also, if something bad happens to us, now we can just blame Scory for the rest of the night. We went to the place you wanted to go, and guess what happened?
This can't fail. Either we're geniuses or Scory's an idiot.
Yeah. And this is how I handle every relationship with women. Okay? Just gaslight to max, baby. Gaslight them up. Is it my turn now? Can I talk?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Just take us there, because I don't remember what you did.
Well, he did science. He created a UFO.
You did do some science.
I did a lot of stuff.
Okay, I was deliberating on whether or not I got an imp. Okay, I forgot some things. Take us there.
Yeah, I did have one thought, and something I thought about that I want to do later is that because I asked about the gold because I wanted to know how much I specifically got, just because I'm going to be putting aside like a pot of money that I want to give to Florian if we finally get him like a body, so he has a small little nest egg to start his new life. Because once we give him a body, I'll be like, all right, you're free to do whatever you want. Like you got a new life.
You just immediately kick him out of the nest. Fly, little bird.
Yeah.
Here's
well,
money.
I mean, he can hang around too. Like that's always an option too. But he has money too. And also he's so old. He's been around so long. Like I'm sure he's smart enough to figure out,
resurrects all the mages out of the crystals and starts the war over again.
Yeah, he's the penultimate villain. He's like, thank you for giving me corporeal form.
Oh, holy shit! You put him in the fucking big robot that we just found.
Oh yeah,
and he reignites
what
the war.
A good idea.
That's it.
He's the mech. He's the mech without a pilot because he doesn't need one because it's powered by an ancient soul. Oh shit! We just
he's Mech Daddy.
The game.
Mech Daddy.
God, we did it.
He's Mech Daddy.
we just doomed us all.
We can always make new characters. I did it.
True.
Treading old ground.
But yeah, that's all I had because that's all I'm thinking about. That's the only thing I'm really looking forward to right now.
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully we never
blinding
get there.
blinding someone in battle.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun too. Hopefully we do that, but not the other thing. I hope you suffer longer.
Why don't
just
you die?
kidding. You get a pass for the sweet Imp Daddy joke.
I never said Imp Daddy. I said make him kiss the imp hand.
Yeah, but I was putting my own spin on it, like another extra.
Well, it was worse. So don't mess with perfection.
don't rewrite him.
Yeah, don't rewrite. You're not my copywriter. Come on, get out of here.
Fair enough. Alex, are we winning?
Yeah, you found the giant robot.
Finally.
So that's cool.
I'm really enjoying
I was so
this.
excited for that.
I'm really enjoying this, this like travelogue D100 chart you must have in front of you, and I just want to be out here and roll every single number and experience it all. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
The 100 level dungeon.
No, it's great making those kinds of tables. Like it's a little bare bones. It's a lot of there's encounters I know I want to have in this in the wastes. And so it's just kind of a jumping off point is really what it is. There's some specific things in there, like, you always have to do something cool for the 1 and the 100. But yeah, the floating rock, I had to come up with why was there a floating rock there? Oh yeah, it's got a robot underneath it. Nice. That's an idea I've wanted to throw into here at some point, and so I'm like, that's how it's gonna go. And you all left, and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna leave it there. We're just gonna let it cook, because this would be metagame. If you would have gone over there initially, there would have been no camp. This was discovered after you had left.
That's fine. This is an RP chance.
Yeah.
If a chance for me to test drive my invisible imp.
Not factoring in a 1 and a 100, what is your next number that you hope we get? Without telling us what it is.
I don't know my own table that well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez, idiot, Caleb. I'm sorry. That was actually a great question. I was hoping it would be a really fun number, a prime number even. Maybe what? What number do you hope?
Wait, did anyone notice that the spiral runes on the 3-tier thing, the 3-tier where you charge the UFO? It was 3, 5.
The number of runes.
Yeah, they were all primes.
Oh,
perfect! I knew it, nailed it.
Universal language.
It's all about primes. Okay, well, unless anybody else has anything they want to add, that's been Metagame Minute for Chaotic Amateurs. We'll come back on Monday and you can find out what happens with this band of bandits that we're going to murder in their sleep. Execution style, we'll test the crushing rock on them first. Grab your sword and keep on adventuring.